Catching up with Jonathan Lucroy, brought to you by Quick Trip.
You're like newly shorn. This is nice. You're like
I trimmed it up. Mama wasn't giving me any love, so I had to trim it up.
Yeah. Well, you look good for the All-Star game. Hey, segue. That's second appearance in an All-Star game. What? I mean, does that do anything for you in terms of the excitement? I know the first time has got to have a magic to it, but the second time.
Well, the first time,
something.
yeah. I mean, the first time I went, man, I was floating around. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of in awe. But I think this time I'll be a little more calmed down and reserved, and really enjoy the moment more. I think last time I didn't. I mean, I did, but I was still kind of, kind of like your first time in awe.
Yeah.
This time I think I'll be a little more grounded and be able to enjoy it a little more, I think. Not that I didn't enjoy the last one, I absolutely did, but I think this time I'll be able to really enjoy the experience to the fullest.
Are you at a point where back then it was, that's a superstar, and now it's a colleague a little bit more in terms of like that?
Yeah,
you're on that level? Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I ran into Derek Jeter there, and it's like, I watched this guy play whenever I was a kid, you know, and oh my gosh. But now I think I'll be a little more comfortable. I think is a good word. And talking to the guys and just enjoying it. And like I said before, being grounded, I think it'll be, I know it's going to be a great time. It really will. And looking forward to it a lot.
Okay, when we were sitting in there, you take it pretty seriously who gets into this game. And you put some thought into this. Why? And talk about what goes in your mind as you're thinking about, even as other catchers, because you were very serious about who should be there.
Absolutely. I mean, I vote based on WAR, wins above replacement, because that's one of the best measures nowadays that they have that encompasses a player's full value. And it's a lot, they use the WAR value, the WAR measurement, the metric to base a lot of contracts on. So why not use that to vote for people that deserve to go to the All-Star game? And the All-Star game is about the individual there. It decides gets home field advantage in the World Series, but still, it's about the individual and what you've done individually as a player, which I don't believe in during the season. I believe in playing for your team and all that, but this is one of the rare things that happens during the baseball season that is about the individual player. Based on that, I believe in voting as a player, voting for the players that have earned it. Not if I like them, not if I don't like them, not of what they've done, but what their WAR value is and how they've played. Some other guys vote different ways. My personal belief is to vote that way. And I think that it's worked well in the past, and it's not all the guys that deserve the chance to play an All-Star game get in the All-Star game, but they do. Most of them do for the most part.
Have you put thought into the player intro, just the tip of the cap kind of thing, or are you going to try and cartwheel? I don't know. Somewhere in between? What are you thinking when you? I could see
if I could do a cartwheel, I'd do that.
Yeah.
But I can't. I would fall.
Catchers aren't athletes. Is that what you're saying there? Or no. Yeah.
I do have 3 stolen bases this year.
Yes, you do. I was going to ask.
But I don't know why. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Is that 3 or 4? I'm at 4. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. But it's. I'm just running out to the field and gonna, because being the third catcher there, they're gonna call me up on the line and do that, and I'll do the little hat thing, and that's pretty much it. That to me, it is a game about the individual, but at the same time, I'm not going to disgrace the game itself and try to do something to create attention on myself. Because I don't like making things about me. I want to make things about the game.
Okay, but you seem to have a good positive outlook on it. That being the third catcher probably means you're going to have an opportunity to maybe do something special that changes.
Get a big knock.
Yeah, talk about that.
Absolutely. I was fortunate. The last World Series game. Never been. Sorry, guys. All-Star game. Never been in the World Series. Hopefully one day.
Yeah.
But I got up twice with runners from position, and I drove them in twice with 2 doubles, and I had a great game and really cool experience to be able to do that, and hopefully this time I can make an impact that way too. To kind of help the team win and try to get whoever makes it to the World Series get the home field advantage. So we'll see what happens.
It's nice. I don't have to ask you about trade for you, but I'm talking about Aaron. We talked about that inside a little bit, but the commodity aspect of it. And again, when he was picked up, everybody was thinking, well, they'll pick him up to trade him once he starts playing well.
Yeah.
But it's still not the easiest part of this game.
No, I mean, some guys you're happy to see go, and I'm kind of torn because I'm happy to see him going to a contender.
Yeah.
And because he deserves it. He's a great guy, great teammate, leader. He's one of the best leaders I've been around. Down to earth, this veteran, solid, experienced guy, grinder. And I was telling you earlier about he's the only 12-year veteran infielder I've ever seen that takes early ground balls every single day.
Wow.
And he did it in spring training too. Every single day he takes early ground balls. You don't see that.
Yeah.
And not very often. And it shocked me, and he was such a great example for the young infielders.
Yeah.
And really proud to call him my teammate. And I talked to him today and wished him best of luck, man. Hopefully I run into you down the road. And definitely has earned a shot to contend. He definitely has. And very happy for him on that end of it. I hate it because he's gone, but at the same time, I'm happy for him and his family.
Is it funny to hear the local media try and assess the trade when the two guys you got, none of us have seen him play, but it's like, that's not enough, or that guy's too old. This guy, I mean, you look at Junior. Junior's 3 years older, and where would you guys be without what he's done for you? I mean, you can't assess a trade for prospects and minor leaguers, and yet people passionately do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a part of the game. I mean, the media and baseball people, they're going to second guess stuff. Second guessing, it's just second guessing. Second guessing's a part of the game. I get second guessed all the time.
Yeah.
Calling a game. Why'd you call that pitch?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? It happens. It's natural. It's human nature to second guess.
Yeah.
And it's just a part of it. And I think us knowing that as baseball players, it's just you just got to brush it aside and go on, because we're not making the decisions.
Yep.
The guys up in the office over there are making those decisions. So just got to hope that they make the right ones.
We just got the text reminder from the Brewers to vote for Ryan Braun.
Yeah.
Make your pitch for Ryan Braun. Why? I mean, obviously there are obvious reasons he should be as a player. Talk about that guy as an all-star. I mean, obviously he's been there before, but make me a pitch for Ryan Braun.
Well, vote for Ryan, guys. Give me one of my teammates to come with me to the All-Star game. Don't make me go all lonely and by myself, please. But I think, like I said, there's guys that get snubbed every year, and unfortunately this year might be one of them. But then again, he might get in too. By the fan vote, the fans vote for him. Let's go, vote for him. All 20 fans that watch this show, go vote for him.
27
fans. Sorry.
Yeah. I got a big family.
But seriously, I think he's earned it, and hopefully he gets a chance. So we'll see what happens.
Has he cared about that at all? When you're talking about him, does it matter to when his name was put on that list? Did he care? What was it like for him? Just being around, does he mention it?
I mean, I think he cares, but at the same time, he's also been to, I think, 7 other All-Star games, and he has a young daughter. His wife's pregnant, so I think that he is. I think he's content either way. I really do. I think he's content either way, and I guess when you get to that kind of level where he's at, where he's been to many games and has had a lot of success, I think he's okay with either way. Just getting a break. That's the way you got to be. I mean, the All-Star break's the All-Star break, and if I didn't make the team, we were going to go to the Bahamas. So it's one of those things. You just kind of you get. It's a good thing either way.
Is the family happy that you made the All-Star team then?
Yeah.
If they would have been in the Bahamas?
No, it's great. I mean, we're going to go play in a great city in San Diego.
Yeah.
Good weather, sunny, and so we're all excited for it. And I know my mom and dad are excited. My wife's excited. My daughter's really excited. So it's going to be a great honor and a great time.
And getting the couple days that I think the union negotiated to have it days to enjoy it, as opposed to go play, come back and play. That's got to be a little special because you actually get a day or two of family time after the game.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we get done with that, we're gonna come back here and enjoy a day off, and then we got to go to Cincinnati, or I'm going to Cincinnati with the team. So, you don't get much time. So the time you do get, you want to really, use and appreciate it. You want to really do your best to enjoy it.
Okay, and finally, when we were talking in the Quick Trip people here, the sponsor of all this, somebody had a very good question about your typical day, and basically it looked like you needed your phone to keep track of your day. Talk about what goes into a preparation for you. People also love you down here; they're applauding for you. that seems to get lost to a lot of people, the preparation that goes in from the first moment you're at the ballpark. And
Yeah,
before that.
it's, the catcher life is very unique in terms of, like I said, I'm a hybrid. I'm a hybrid between position players, hitters, and pitchers. I'm in between. I got to deal with both sides. So in doing that, there's a lot of different ways I have to prepare for a game, both defensively and offensively. So calling a game at the same time after I'm done doing my video work on the hitters, I got to do video work on the pitchers to see what I'm going to face. I got to go to the cage. I got to do my early work. I got to, have a meeting with the pitcher to go over the lineup. There's just so much that goes into being a catcher that, not a lot of people know about.
Yeah. How do you keep from blowing off part of it? Because there's always one thing. Today I probably don't need to do this, but you seem like you have your process.
Probably OCD.
Yeah.
OCD. I'd say it's. I've done it before where whenever I was younger, I've kind of been overwhelmed with information, or I've been calling a game and I have blanked out on what pitch I should call on account, and I've learned kind of the hard way.
Yeah.
And from those mistakes, I have learned how to prepare where I can correctly remember and apply the information I have towards getting a hitter out, getting a hit off the pitcher, knowing what to expect from that pitcher when I'm facing them, knowing what outfielders will throw behind you, which outfielders have the best arms, most accurate arms.
Yeah.
Can the catcher block? When he blocks, does the ball kick away? Can I take an extra base if the ball's in the dirt?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's there's so much that goes into it, and a lot more than the average fan really knows about. So how do I keep from blowing it up and freaking out? It's just I've created a method and a way to retain that information. And the only way I've been able to do that is through failure and through screwing up, that I've really learned what stuff's important and what stuff's not, and how to properly retain and remember it.
You going to be nice to the Cub infielders that all got voted into the All-Star?
Yeah, I mean, look,
nice to them? Come on.
They're all good guys. I mean, look, I play with Ben Zobrist on Team USA.
Right.
I definitely think he deserves to be at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, the fans decide who starts, and it is what it is. So yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is. So you just kind of accept that part of it. But it's. I'm going to be nice to everybody there. It's going to be a great experience and hopefully a really good time.
You're a nice guy. You're not a bad guy at all.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Depends on how I wake up in the morning.
I only walk away from these crying like 1 out of every 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Hurtful. All right.
You got to be sensitive. And
Catch more at my24milwaukee.com.